Hang on 1 second here, people. Okay. All right, so I'm going to wait for people to come in. Let's wait for people to come in. Hello, Ash. Hello, Mez. Hello, VJ. Let's wait for more people to come in. I got some important things to say. Of this whole experience with the market, we've had some really great trades in the market. It's been really tough, but what I've proven is, I mean, my rules, my time-tested rules are working better than ever before. No matter what the market throws at us, it's that I didn't focus, I didn't use my own rules 100%. So I'm going to tell you a story of what I noticed. I mean, the way I handled Apple and WYNN, those two stocks were based on 100% of my rules. 100% alignment, I call it. And when I've noticed anytime I take things at 100% of my rules, we get 100. We get results. It doesn't mean that we're going to get targets because or targets can be cut short because due to market conditions, but we're always on the right track. Basically, it's like 100%. No one throws out two plans and is right on direction and sees an issue within two plans. People throw out 20 ideas because they're not going into 20 ideas. Who's going to go into 20 ideas? Who's going to go into 10? I keep it tight for a reason. The only way you can go into more plans is if you're winning. See, you don't want to go into 5, 6 plans. Why? Because you're not going to manage 5, 6 plans at once. You've got to build. You've got to get the winning plans and then build out. If you can't build out, there's an issue in the markets, right? So you need quality, not quantity. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. To succeed in the markets, you need quality, not quantity. See, people who post quantity don't have quality. I post quality, real direction, right? I see my plans through, right? And the fact is, the ones that I didn't see them through, they kept working. So I look at everything. Why did why did something work? Why did it? And it's really, really simple. My rules work so well that it's almost like impossible to lose. Can you imagine that? Now, how am I going to make true story be told? So in the group, let's talk about this. A lot of people wouldn't be saying to somebody, go, we got to get into Apple. Right? Apple's at let's give you an example. Apple's at was at $358. I got my group perfectly explain what to do with buy stops. We let it open trade, and it worked. Plan was working, but it wasn't following my rules. And I explained to my group, I mean, it's almost like a crystal ball, the way I am able to describe things. No one does it at this intensity. They can't. They wouldn't, they would be fearful to take this trade up here. We got into Apple, made money. Now, listen, I know that just because, something doesn't work, we need to see what happens. So I said to the group, we got to see. Then, pre-market, I want to see how the market trades. Exactly word for word. Then, what did I do? I post a win plan. Opposite idea, WYN. Okay. Perfect alignment based off via my rules. Isolated. Now, a lot of stocks fell, but this fell 11%. It had all my rules in play. I had planned direction. I already knew this was something to watch, but markets weren't just simply going down, right? We were chopping. So you have the stock market, you have the SPY gapping down, gapping up, doing all these different different types of movements. You got to look. Let's look at the SPY, for example. Why the market is not so easy. So let's take a look at the SPY here. So remember, market was up here. I knew there was an issue. Boom. Don't know power, how far is something go, but knew something was up in the market. So I'm not going to talk about that part. But the market reverses, right? Gaps up. Another gap. So the market is playing its gap games, right? But following my rules, I knew, first of all, while I was doing this, I already identified win, but I was waiting for the right action. I said, okay, you know what? Tomorrow, which was today, we're going to see if Apple can do something, or if Win is going to. And what happened? Win. I posted the first plan I posted in the group. It was Win. Why? Because it was acting accordingly, and I explained where we had to break. It broke. That was it. So this is adaptive thinking. Right? I've explained to people that we can go both ways. And in 2019, I missed out on a lot of large put plays because I was making so much money to the long side. But when I looked at it, I could have made just as much to nobody. And we're talking about within 4 plans. 4. So what's my message here? When you're in focus and you understand real direction, it's insane the gains you can make, regardless of tough times. But you need to be prepared to take action and know how to handle that action. Sometimes things are smooth, sometimes they're a little bit, but in the end, big gains can happen at any time in the market. You have different periods in the market. It's like this every year, different periods. 2018 was this. Listen, every year I'm at the market all the time. Okay, I tell people study my YouTube channel. 2016 the market was different. 2017 it was different. 2018, and I adapted and changed, and we win. No difference in 2019 hasn't been great. We've had some great wins. One of the best wins was in Tesla, catching that 200-point swing in April. Real direction, understanding a real direction, why something's going to move. I've mastered this thing. This is a fact. However, it still work, right? Not everything's going to work, right? So no matter what you do, if anybody tells you that there's 100% accuracy at everything they do, it's not true, because if you're not able to catch real gains, this market will kill you. Listen, so you take a little scalp trade here and there, but then a loser hits you, you become fearful, right? Because you're only making little gains. When you make large gains like I do, and we had in Apple, 9 back-to-back wins in Apple. 9. Right? 9 back-to-back. What do you think that is? It's understanding real direction, having rules, having a system and everything. You can't do what I'm doing without this type of mindset. I've also stated very clearly that success is for the few and not the many. Most people do not have what it takes to succeed in the market. You don't have a prayer. If you're not in my group succeeding, you don't have a prayer. Everybody that's in the market, they are either looking for a hot pick, they get lucky, and then they get crushed. Listen, I witnessed this with so many people. They only know how to get on the winning streaks, but don't know how to solve problems and then get back to the next winning streak. Son of the rain, this will never change. I say it all the time. You go look at my history. Always I come up back top with huge winning plans. In 2019, we started with BA as the market was crumbling. People had fear. Stock Clown was thinking he was right. He got crushed because nothing went down like anymore at that time. Then I got us in the best winning plan in B8. Then came Apple, and then others. I know how to move and manage things via my rules. System catches everything perfectly. What I found is if I focus on the best with my rules, all rules in play, focus on that, and that's what we did. In this past couple of weeks, I focused on the best. And had to have all my rules. 100% win rate. Not that we got the gains we wanted in Apple. And there were gains that we should have had that we didn't have due to me not following my rules 100% due to this market, this COVID-19, it's been pulling you in different directions, right? But what I'm saying is in terms of my rules, they show me. That's why I know all the confidence I have. There's nothing that can compete with what I'm doing and being as correct in such few plans and being able to understand real direction. Trust me on this. I look around. Most of these people are clowns in comparison to what I'm doing. Clowns. Option Sniper, #1 clown. Big example. Where is this Option Sniper? It's got stressed out. Right? People want to hear the false. They don't want to be told the truth that there's work to this. You have to think. You have to make changes. You have to understand that it's not about, you're not going to win all the time. But if you don't stay focused and have the proper money management, have the right account size, you're finished, you're through in the market. The market will always get you. I have so much experience. You can't go against experience. It doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't even matter. You've seen billionaires make huge, massive mistakes, but they can afford to. They can afford to be massively wrong. Carl Icahn, massively wrong. Giving up Apple when he should be long Apple. Gets into Hertz, loses money on Hertz. Why would you go on Hertz? Money means nothing when you have no skill. They just have money. They don't have real skill. Real skill is being able to call out plans in a tight manner with options like what I do. That's tough. You study my channel. That's tough what I do. But I give help to the people. Most people don't have 1/10 of what a billionaire has. Unless you have an unlimited amount of money, you need someone with accuracy, who gives real plans, who's focused, who's at this every day. So that's why I make these live streams. Listen, I see people come and go. Same thing. I warn people. I said, listen, if you don't listen to what I'm telling you, if you don't keep at this, you're going to be gone. You're going to be gone. You won't succeed. I have power because I have real skill. When you have real skill, you're unstoppable. That's it. You need to be confident. I tell people, you got to have a plan A. People say, yeah. They're all hip, hip, hooray when they're making the money. And as soon as it's a little tough, they're all scared. Oh. No skill. Then I don't know what to do. And then they're gone. Oh, they overtraded. Listen, people. I'm telling the facts, right? The people who listen to me, when I have people, they do well. They send gifts. Listen, I don't charge people money because I don't need to. The people who see value, and I had a lot of people who even come and go see value, but they don't see the value and keep at this long term. If you treat the market, if you don't treat the market as a serious business, and you're looking at it as a casino gambling, you're finished, you're through. I treat this with my rule. Listen to me. My rules are time tested. Market's thrown. Every year the market doesn't win my system. My system wins the market. Okay? It wins. We win. In the end, we win. Because I have the patience, the discipline, and the planning skills to always win through the sun and the rain. All right then. So I said my piece. Let's see if there's any questions. Let's see. Yeah. Apple. Hey, how Apple? You know, is trending well, and again, I know how to manage that stock very well. So, unless you have a question about Apple, you want to get into my group. You want to study my YouTube channel. Now, that being said, let me show you. Let me show you what you should be doing. So, on PowerTarget Trade, there's a pinned tweet. You click on this video, and it explains how to become a successful member inside of my group. It actually tells you. It actually explains you that. Do you have what it takes to succeed? Because if you don't have what it takes to succeed, I'm actually giving you the roadmap, the skills. That being said, so PowerTarget Trade, when I say study, I mean study. Really think about things. Really look what I'm doing. Really scour what I said in those because I take the time to do that. There are literally hundreds of hours of information on YouTube. See, people want success for nothing. Listen, success doesn't come for nothing. You don't take my word for it. Well, when you crumble and lose and become broke, you can come and see how I'm still doing well. And it's all documented on my YouTube channel. I got a plan A. My plan A is to succeed. If you don't have that, if you have a plan B, you don't have if you don't have a mindset that success is yours and you're going to do what it takes for success, you're never going to have success in life. So I'm giving you the roadmap to that. But I do it via a plan. A plan. Free. By the way, free in the group. Free. Wow. Now, how I get people send me gifts. Why? They see the value. Those who don't see the value don't understand things or don't follow the rules well. But I always give opportunity to people to succeed because I know what I can do. It's you can see all the gifts in my videos and that I've received, and I got the skills. I'm gonna make the money, and I'm doing it with honesty. Anyways, I'm gonna go back to the live stream board. We don't need to know that information, Aaron Williams. We don't need to know where Apple is very strong. So it may or may not. What I do is I look for the facts and then I make plans. So again, I don't look at where it could go because Apple isn't something that I'm looking for lower prices. To me, if Apple goes lower, and I'm saying, to me, that's an opportunity. I focus on the stocks that will fall and go into those. Win had the most percentage drop today, not Apple, right? For example. So, that's right, Efrain. So, study what I'm about. Like, I can't give you advice in a live stream. The market's changing. The market's always changing. You need to, I had to make a change in Apple because I could tell it wasn't following the rules. And when it doesn't follow my rules, something is up. Of course, we found out today that something was up, right? It didn't mean there was good, but it's most 9 out of 10 times. So I don't take chances. I focus with rules. I'm disciplined. You don't make big wins and gains without that and understanding real direction and holding plans. If you're a fearful trader, you're finished, you're through. You're going to make bad decisions. You're going to sell what you shouldn't sell and hold what you shouldn't hold. There's no, the market, you've got to be quite accurate in what you're doing and thinking, especially with options. Highest skill in the world, period. It's very lucrative. You go look my Tesla win, 800%. Not just baby gains. We're talking about options that cost $1,300. That goes to $10,000 in 2 days. Go see that video. Go see if you can do that. Go ask yourself the question, do you have the mindset to do these things? Ask yourself these questions. Because you know the answer. I do. Year after year after year. We're catching big wins. Not always. And you don't need to. But you need to know how to. When you should be holding. When you should keep going into something. When you shouldn't. That's what most people do not have. If you come into my live streams, high odds, you got a lot of issues. You're not the best trader. You're not doing as well. You know I'm right at what I'm saying. So I'm talking the truth. You need my help. But I'm not going to help anyone for nothing. They got to follow my rules. And if they don't follow the rules, out they go. They know what I'm about. They see. I've had people, I kick them out, they come back into the group. Only to kick them out again. When I tell them, you're a failure, you're going to fail, you're going to fail. I know this market too well. What it does to people's minds. I already know. PowerTarget Trade. I just showed you how do you join the group. On my Twitter, there's a pinned tweet. You see the video. You study what I'm about. There's gonna be some questions. Anyways, just follow the instructions and you'll be fine. Listen. Why do I make a certain videos and it's a filtering process. Listen, I don't want to waste time helping. Anybody that does take the time to try to get into my group is serious. But the proof is, are they going to really? That's why would I take, like, if you don't understand what I'm about or what I'm doing, how can I help you? If there isn't trust. So I tell people, study what I'm about. That's what I am. Come into my group. Study some live streams, because in the live streams I tell it how it is. I never say that it's all sunshine, and it's never going to be sunshine and rainbows. There's going to be tough periods which you have to know how to deal with, right? Because if you're trying to make money in the market for whatever extra money, extra cash, improve your lifestyle, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. You gotta take it as a serious business. There's no part-time in the market. No such thing. You gotta do what it takes to succeed. But having someone like myself with 20 years experience, who's seen doing things wrong, I've done things many times wrong, and then versus the right way, and seeing how the right way, how it trumps what most people are doing. So I know people's weaknesses. I already know them all. No one is doing it like I'm doing. The way I'm able to pinpoint stocks the way I did, like especially with Apple and win, it proves my point. Because that's what I did. I went back to, let's get back to the very hardcore PowerTarget trade. Perfect alignment, everything. I looked at all the facts. I popped the plan. It says, we got to take Apple. Because Apple's now, in a normal market, the type of breakout Apple made would have kept going. But market dynamics were doing something. Apple wanted to fly. But anyways, the pullback in Apple is a gift. If you know what you're doing, it's a gift. Anyways, let's see what Ash says. SPY 220 behaving the same way as 2018 June. Yeah, you know, Ash figured this out on her own. She's been a member for a long time. She figured it out all on her own. See, if you have a brain, and you have eyes, and you think, and you're serious, you'll get in. You'll be a group member. If not, you gotta look at yourself. What kind of trading you do, right? So that's a true story. What with Win and I'll be posting if Win follows through the way I want, I'll be posting the plan. I'm going to be showing it, making a video showing the details. PowerTarget Trade. I'm here to help the right kind of people. I tell it how it is, and I made this update to explain about the market. Right? Everybody who's out of my group is failed. They know it. If they happen to come back, take a look at what I'm doing. I give the message to them. Listen, who has been in my group, they know what I'm about. They know how I manage things. They know that they made mistakes. They didn't have the right money. It's all their fault. Who fails? It's all their fault. They don't follow the rules. They overtrade. Biggest mistake is to overtrade an account size you do not have. I always tell people, no matter how good anything is, nothing is 100%. Let me explain what I mean by 100. 100% means that you know for sure, without a fail, that something's going to go. You can bet the farm on that. You don't need anybody anymore. There's no such thing as 100%. So then, how do you achieve high win rates? You need a strong strategy, a proven system that works in all market conditions, knowing how to go through the sun and the rain, knowing how to manage yourself. This is high skill. You think you have if you don't have high skill, you don't have a prayer in these markets. These markets will kill 95% of the people out there. They're finished. And this could be you who's listening to me right now. Unless you have an advantage. That's PowerTarget Trade. So, take my advice. Study. I'm a needle in a haystack to be found. If you found if you find my stuff, my information, bookmark it, do whatever it takes to see what I'm about, because I'm the truth. Stock clowns, they're just clowns. They come and go. Wrong massively. I mean right massively. We're not talking about a little bit. We're talking about massively right. Massively right Apple. Killer gains in Tesla. Stocks that matter. PowerTarget Trade. If you're bored, don't come in here. I say the same, I say the same thing because they are key messages, and you're not thinking. You're a loser in life, for sure. I help. Look at your name. Your title says it all. You clown. You're nothing in life. You loser. That's what you are. Look at your name. Look at your name. I'm not going to say your name, but look at your name. It's a clown. You clown. I got to block. I have to delete you. You waste of time. I love these. And that's another thing, people. I love clowns that. These are people that are losers in life. Losers. They come to a live stream and complain when I'm giving hardcore facts and truth. It's like I said, people. Most people are born to lose. 0 in life will be. I guarantee it. I guarantee you that guy is a loser in life. Stock clown. You can't be right like me and not know what you're doing. You study my channel. I'm giving listen, why do I tell? Because there could be somebody who's never heard what I said. And now I'm telling it to them. See, this that clown has no idea that I'm going to repeat certain things because they're worth repeating. Anyways, that being said, uh, I can do that. I do that. Any questions? Any questions out there? Because I'm going to be doing the live stream for about 15 minutes. Anything, any story somebody want to share about mistakes they made, or ask me some questions I can assess. Because I pretty much said my piece in the beginning of this live stream. No, I could take a look. I could take a look at that. SPY is at a huge decision point. Not really. SPY, I'll be honest with you. SPY is in a big chop zone. So if we look at this trend, right? If you look at the facts, the SPY is still in the. Listen, we're SPY 304. There were people. I was telling people we're going to hit 300. Listen, like I wasn't just massively right about the SPY, but now I don't really care. Let's listen to me. Right now, it's a stock picker's market, right? And Apple and Apple and a few key stocks, other key stocks like Amazon, they are key proof of this. Okay. Now, the SPY is still bullish, but I call it bullish chop zone. In other words, that's what's happening. Chopping around the SPY. That's what's going on. And how far the SPY goes, that's not what I look at. I look at what it does and then look for make decisions on the right stocks of what to do based on what the SPY is doing. Okay, so I don't care about where the SPY is going. What I'm caring about is what signals, what stocks are triggering, in which direction. So it's complicated, not complicated, but I can't explain what I'm doing because it's not something that simple. Okay, you have to visually. There's so much that I look at and see, but it's so easy. It's easy for me to explain it in a private manner. That's not what the live stream is about. I'm a manager. In other words, I manage people to success better than they could ever do it on their own. They're not gonna have. You don't have a prayer to do anything as good as me. You study my channel and ask yourself a question: could you have made 800% gains in Tesla? In the way I held it, in the way I managed it, because we did, and I did. So that's what I'm trying to say to you. Or how we had 9 back-to-back wins in Apple with options, win after win, and we're talking about 100% gains in large. We're not talking about baby scalping options. We're talking about real direction, people. It's all documented on my YouTube channel. I make videos and I show it. And you see it it's crazy. It's crazy amazing. You've been following me for your. Well, that's true, Pat Stock Chat. I have the confidence because it's the facts. I tell people the truth, right? I said, listen, if success was easy, listen, honestly, this is honest. If success was easy, everyone would have it. Everyone would have it. It's not easy. I tell how it is. I know it's not easy. But I have this. I have the roadmap. Every year it's the same thing. Every year happens. We always have these sun and rain periods in the market. And what I mean by sun is we're having win streaks. To be honest, I had to tighten up the stocks we're in after 2018 because they weren't good enough. In other words, I look for listen, there's a lot of stuff that moves, but I look for highest probability and safety as well. So it's not that easy and I do it and I keep the numbers low because I'm not going to put us in a whole bunch of stocks that's going to make it, that we can't be in because we don't have the right win weight. We only can, and we only expand. And I mean, the way I managed 2019 was gold. The killer gains we made in 2019 was gold. And I started doing what's called back-to-back plans. And I didn't do that in 2018 because the market had more opportunities, I find. I had to tighten the belt in 2019. The same thing in 2020, 220. If you stick to the best, highest probability stocks that stick within a certain, you can make a lot of money with a lot less stress. Because if you're stressed out, right? If you let the market stress you out, that's it. You start making stupid mistakes. Right? It's called long-term success, and believe me, you got to work at it. Anybody tells you those people make a living taking money from people. You know, the only reason why I get money from people is because they see value. I've made the money, they send me gifts. It's the most honest thing to do. I don't need to. I'm not gonna market something that I'm doing because I'm trying to show people the truth, and I'm right the big picture, year after year after year. Now I've done what I've proven myself 4 years in a row with the real direction of the SPY. It's a new era now. 2020 with this COVID, it's a game changer, right? And the only way to attack the market is on a day-by-day basis. Every day it changes. Every week it changes. So you got to adapt, right? My rules are to stick to the tightest, best opportunities. A stock, it's if a stock's going to move, you want to get into things that has the highest probability of moving, and there's some safety to it as well. So that's part of my system rules. Everything. If I pick, I put Apple and I put Win, and we won on those plans. That's all we needed, right? The money I made, a lot of people wish they made that in a month. It's what I made, right? What I'm making. All I do is I follow my rules. I trade within my system rules. I always come out on top. Always fix the problems. Always, it's the same thing. You go back there's so much footage, and you can see the truth. Just how I always come out on top. Never fails. I remember FedEx going from under 2. No, I don't, because I never traded FedEx at $2 or 10. I've been following Apple for way more than 2 years. Way longer than 2 years. I've had so many winning gains in Apple, it's not funny. Well, that's great, Aaron. That's why I speak a certain way on all my live streams, because there's always somebody new that I might help, because I'm telling people the truth. There's no easy ride in this, but I promise you, if you follow my instructions, because I put, like, this is my livelihood. Like, I put everything in this. I have plan A. I mean, I have success already. But I tell it how it is, because I see what's being said out there, you know, from the marketing people. Yeah, but that doesn't matter. It doesn't mean that the market is easy. That it will, you know, it doesn't really matter what the Fed. We know that story. The key is, are you going to make money the right way? Because there are people who are buying crappy stock bounces, and that's called luck. But I tell people this: luck always runs out. If you're making money on a luck move, because there's gamblers out there. They just can't, they don't know. They say there's record opening Robinhood accounts. You know how many people are going to lose money in the market this year? Not me, not us, but a lot of people are going to be losing money in the market. Because why? They think they know it. They know nothing. I seen, unless you have a lot of experience, listen, 20 years experience, I see a lot, I know a lot, right? If I say something to you, it's going to happen. Trust me. Unless you got 20 years experience in the market, you listen to me. You listen to me. PowerTarget Trade. Canada's treating me like always, like everybody else, right? COVID-19 is it's making life tough, right? For businesses, right? The working man is in more pain now. Less opportunity for them. There's less opportunity and more competition for job, which is no good. You want to be your own. Listen, you want to be your own man. You come to PowerTarget Trade. You follow my rules. You grow, but you gotta have the right you gotta have the right money. You just can't come. You can't rely. You can't make a living in the market if you don't have the right funds. Don't make that mistake. Trust me. Listen to me. Don't make that mistake to think that you can make money, all your money from the markets. If you don't have the right funds, you will not. So that's why a lot of people, they're desperate. They turn to the market, but with insufficient funds, and they think it's going to be a jackpot. But if you're not going to win every year, how are you going to survive long term? You've got to treat this as a series. You've got to win every year in the market. Don't make it a one-time offer. Every year you've got to win in the market. Every year. And you got to be right that direction most of the time. If you're not, you're finished, you're through. You come to PowerTarget Trade. You ain't gonna, most people aren't gonna come close to what I'm doing. Not on a consistent level. They'll get lucky here and there. But I've seen, listen, I had a guy named, I think it was called, call him Fatty. That guy was all talk. Woo, with his mouth. With missed trades. Finally catches one. Tell me this, tell me that. I could go, listen. You have no idea about the market. You're all talk. The guy would, anyways. I've dealt with so many of these people who don't think they know what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing. If you don't have, listen to me, if you do not have 10 years, okay, minimum, of consistent success, you don't have any experience in the market. 1 month, 2 months, 6 months of experience and having some success is nothing. That's nothing. That could be a luck period. Can you make money in all periods in the market or come back from difficult times? That is the question you need to ask yourself. And if the answer is no, well, PowerTarget Trade, because I show the way, the real direction, the work I put in. You're getting the power of high experience. 28 years, you're getting massive power behind PowerTarget Trade. But I tell it how it is. Listen, I've made it simple as possible. Have the right money management. Don't overtrade. Get into the, get into the right plans. You should be getting into all my plans. If you can't get in, some people can't get into certain stocks for certain reasons. That's okay. We're talking about the majority of my plans. I have a guy, for example, that can't trade Apple, for example. And then someone told me that, they can't do Tesla. That's okay. But if you go and miss a plan that you can trade because you overtraded something else, then that is the mistake a person's making. You can't do that. You can't do that. If nothing is 100%, the next trade could be the big winner. If, for example, this is a true story. So there was a guy in my group. Didn't get into this. I think he went in pretty light. So I'm gonna put up Tesla here. True story. Right, well, it was back in April. So he goes and misses the plan. Now guess what? He went in only one option. Now, as I explained to him, that Tesla is a high odds stock now. When it follows my plans, you need to go in 2 options minimum. Now, had he had done that, let me explain you what 2 options would have done for him. He doesn't have the rights. He had an account that could have easily done the 2 options. He would have doubled his account size on that trade because his account size was around 10K, which is small, too small. But 2 options, okay, at cost $2,600. Selling one at 100% and then holding the runners via rule system, that trade netted 10, yeah, netted about, we'll say 12K. So 2.6K to 12K. $12,000. $2,600, 2 days. This was the move right here. Right here. That was a 200-point swing. You can see that video on my YouTube channel. Look for it. It says 800% Tesla win. When you miss a winner because you don't want to follow the rules, it's a game changer. It could be what causes you to not be able to stay in the market. If you had caught that trade following via my rules, it would have been a game changer for him. Right? So then you have people who undertrade. That's why I tell people, listen to me. If you're not buying at least 2 options per plan, there's no way to succeed because the market, you can't hold a runner. See, if you look at my system rules, we try to get 100% if the trade's working well. We sell 50% of that, and then we hold runners. Why? Because you want to catch the pie in the sky. But if it doesn't work out, it's okay. We booked profits. You see, that's how you become mentally strong. That's part of my rules because that's what works. Of course, if we held all the Tesla options to that point, we would have made way more money. I mean, I had 9 options in Tesla. So that day, I had 9 options, okay? I made 33K in that trade. 2 days. $33,000 with just 9 options. Now, 9 options cost about $7,000, right? Because you look, 1,300 times 9, whatever that number is. 9 options. It was a jackpot win. One of the biggest wins in Tesla. In 2020, when you would least expect it. The market was crazy. We had just dropped. Planning, thinking, skills. Every year, it's the same thing. Do these live streams, telling the truth to the people. Smashing them in the gut, where it counts, telling the truth. I'm doing it again now. PowerTarget Trade winning, and will always win. You will not win without the strategies, without my help. Don't find out the hard way. Go see if you will burn out. Because when you don't catch big wins, you don't have power. You need power to succeed long term. You're not going to, little scalps are only those little, but you become a little scared trader. You take a little, You need real direction, real confidence in what you're doing. If you don't have that, you're going to get burnt out. And I'll talk about health as well. It's not healthy for you. It's not healthy. Yeah, but wishing is, listen to me. Wishing is, listen, if I'm making a plan, I didn't go, listen, with win, listen, I don't go as big as win because when stocks go down, I explain to people, because I have multiple accounts, okay? And majority of my accounts is linked to, is tax-free accounts. Now, a tax-free account doesn't allow you to go puts. I have to go with only my regular account. So that means I bring down my size. So I wish I would go bigger too, but I don't. I follow my rules. So I go always smaller on the put sides, but I still do very well, right? I still do very well. I just don't go as big as when I'm going to the upside. But I still trade at a size of my. I follow my listen. I follow my rules. And that's why I'm always ahead. I have power, confidence. 1% in the world can do what I do. You understand this? Listen to this. 1%. That's the skill I have. 1% can do what I'm doing. This accuracy. 1%. You understand what that? How low that is? 1%. 1%. And I lead people. Too much skill. Yeah. You don't go with one option because you can't take profits. And then if you take profits, you got nothing. And if it happens to run, you just missed an easy win because you had two. You never go. Listen, if you're not trading minimum 2 contracts per plan, you have no business in the market. No business. No business. Because you can't make money. With 2, you can. Listen, if you have a small account and that's what you can trade with two contracts, that's the minimum. If you don't have 2 contracts per plan, when you have a home run, you can't. You listen. When the market gives you a win and you can't capitalize on the win, you're finished. The market, because you have no power. If you miss the wins and then you hit a loser and another, the winners they help. They help a lot, keeping you forward. You think that Tesla win didn't help me a lot? It put me up a ton. So if I have a small loss here or there, it doesn't matter to me. The big wins. You gotta know how to. What do you think I post a plan? You think I put a plan for no reason? I put a plan for real direction. Why do you think we made money and win for? What do you think? It's real direction. What do you think I'm playing? What do you think I make these plans I'm playing? I take this very. I tell people I take this very seriously. And those who I don't see take it seriously, I kick them out of the group. I don't need them in my group. They're gonna go nowhere in life anyways. You gotta put it up. You gotta. If you want success in life, you gotta do what it takes to succeed. You want to be with the people who are gonna help you in the right direction, not some fake people who don't know what they're talking about, who charge people and they give them a fake dream. They make their money on doing that. No, I don't do that. It's about as real as I can get. As I said, most people won't understand what I'm talking about. Don't take the time to listen to my thing. It's like a gold mine is on my YouTube channel. It's a fact. People want to think that there's some magical, easy way to do this. There's no easy way. Gambling. You want to go take an easy. That's gambling. Jackpot. Every win we make is a repeatable skill. When you have repeatable skill, you have power. What I did with Win is power. What I did with Apple is power. It's skill. It's not assuming or guessing. It's a tactical plan of rules that I witness work over and over and over again. That is what very few people can do. That is what you found if you come to my live streams or you come to my YouTube and you study it. You found gold. If you're smart enough to see it. That is the facts, people. Anyways, have a good night, people. A lot of clowns.